I know, it's like I reached out to a lot of people to get a client for it. So
I just want to discuss pricing, and I think we have this habit of when we're getting started, it's hard for us to ask for a big number, even if that's what it's worth, right? So you can get through, excuse me, you can get through some of that feeling of asking for too much money by just getting a confidence on what it's actually worth, like knowing what your number is, okay? So here is kind of the process that I would use for trying to determine that. This is a great starting spot. This is in the group. It's in the file section of the group. So this is the home advisor pricing, okay? So there are just like hundreds and hundreds of different niches that are in this file. And we have two columns here. I don't know why it's not, not showing this, but this one is like an exclusive lead, or I'm sorry, this one is a residential, and I think this one is commercial. I think that's how it's set up. Okay, so when you look at your leads, this is Home Advisor charging for, they're charging multiple people for this. And I'll tell you, the buyer intent associated with these leads is not anywhere near one that's coming through an organic ranking site. When you're going to Home Advisor, when you want something now, you don't go to Home Advisor. Like if my toilet's leaking and it's going all over the floor, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me just go on Home Advisor and then over the next few days, I'll collect 5. I want someone here like in 45 minutes. I'm going to Google and I'm gonna do a search. So right away, our lead quality is better than this and our lead quality is not shared, okay? So let's say I have 20 leads coming in for fencing. So one of the things I would do is I would go down here and I would look at some of these prices. So you can see, disregard this negative thing. I don't know what happened here, why that's showing up as negative. So the exclusive one is $73. This one is $49. This is like for a wood fence. And I think maybe it comes down here. There may be a newer version of this that's better. I'll see if I can locate that. But you can see around like where these prices are, right? So I'm not going to try to target repair, even though like it's tempting for you guys as you build out your sites and you see that high search volume with repair. I would avoid that temptation, because what you're going to do is you're going to create leads that people don't want. You create a lot of leads that no one wants, which is like, maybe it's going to look good on paper, but it's not going to convert to a client and make your clients happy. There are some exceptions, like for instance, like windshield repair. Like a lot of times those repairs are going to turn into replacements, but like sidewalk or driveway repair, the person's probably not going to rip out their entire driveway for like a little crack that they want to have fixed. And that crack, like the concrete people aren't going to want to come out there for that. So I would avoid these like repairs, even though like there might be good search volume for it. I just wouldn't be pushing that, right? You're still going to get some of those calls even if you try to rank for installation.
Yeah. Pat, can I ask one question? I got a foundation repair site. I mean, I think on Home Advisor, they're charging like $110 for it.
So I think foundation repair is an exception, because that's not a cheap service, right? Yeah, that's really different than like fence repair, right? Yeah. Where it's like, hey, I've got like a broken part of my fence. Can you come out here? It's like, yeah, some guy will come out there for like $75. That's not the type of clients we want. It's not like the people that want that type of lead is probably not the type of client that we want, because they're not also going to be like, if they're willing to spend their time on that, then they're probably not stacking up jobs for like $5,000 and $10,000, right? So they might have that kind of small-minded mindset. I just don't think they've built a big business. So let's say that we come through here and I know that I have like 25 leads a month coming in, and we look and I see that Home Advisor is charging $73 for, this is like the national average for an exclusive lead. I don't know, it's either one of two things here. I can't remember if this is shared and exclusive or residential and commercial. I think we can get this spreadsheet all day long and find out exactly, but I just want to lay the groundwork for you guys. So take this number and multiply it by 25, and that is what you should be charging. And make sure that when you do that, that 25 number is not like It's not like 25 phone calls, right? It's actually, these are leads. So if you have 50 phone calls and only half of them are real, you're not multiplying it by 50, you're multiplying it by 25. So you can come in with this number and be like, so it can be hard at the beginning where it's like, man, if I can just get like $400 for this, but let's get what it's worth though, right? Let's get what it's actually worth, and not undercut it to try to close the deal. And you can work up to this. You know, you could say, look, this is what this is worth, but I know that you're starting out. I know you're young. Let's start off at 500. I want to do 1,000 on like May 1st, and then let's do 1,500 on like June 1st or whatever. Let's phase into it. You're not locked into a contract. If the leads die off or something, then like we can adjust. But I want to get what's fair. You know, I want to get what makes the most sense for both of us. Like we've worked really hard to get this to be where it is. And I want to build something long-term. The only way it's going to work long-term is this is beneficial for both of us. So that's what I'm looking to. If you know, I think that's a great way to phrase it. And we don't want to be undercut just to close a deal. And this is something that gets easier over time too. Like, you know, first time you're trying to close a deal, some of these numbers can seem like big numbers, but like once you get a little bit more comfortable with it and you have this like, hey, this is what it's worth. And I'm not like, it's worth 1,500. I'm not going to take 600, and just getting the ability to say no, because you know that you're going to be able to find somebody else that's going to be willing to pay it. You know, you could go with it for a little while and just be like, hey, well, let's just do price per lead. We'll say $60 a lead. And then, you know, you could be working towards trying to find a more long-term solution. Right. But okay. So that's something I wanted to share with you guys.